can be synthesized in two ways. One way is called, so phosphatidylcholine synthesis, one is called the de novo. De novo means starting from very beginning. We don't need a preformed choline for that. That's why it is called de novo synthesis of phosphatidylcholine. And the second is a salvage pathway. So these are the two mechanisms for the synthesis of phosphatidylcholine. Let us see how do we synthesize phosphatidylcholine by using the de novo pathway. And you will be very encouraged to learn this. Synthesis begins with phosphatidylethanolamine. So we have seen earlier how to synthesize phosphatidylethanolamine. So there are three methyl groups in the structure of phosphatidylcholine. So therefore, the difference between phosphatidylethanolamine and phosphatidylcholine is we need to introduce three methyl groups. Which molecule is the methyl donor in biological system? It is S-adenosyl methionine. So short form is S-adenosyl methionine. So structure is very simple, not drawing the entire structure. You have an adenine. To the adenine, there is a ribose sugar attached. To the ribose sugar, it is attached to a methionine. Okay. Now this methionine will have a methyl group. If the sulfur of the methionine will have a methyl group. Now this methyl group we are going to transfer here. So what will happen to S-adenosyl methionine? Once the methyl group is removed, it becomes S-adenosyl homocysteine. So therefore, let us see how do we make phosphatidylcholine from phosphatidylethanolamine. Step number 1, SAM is added and S-adenosyl homocysteine is removed. So therefore, it is catalyzed by an enzyme known as methyl transferase. Okay, so one methyl group is transferred to phosphatidylethanolamine and we will get phosphatidyl monomethyl ethanolamine. Phosphatidyl monomethyl ethanolamine. So similarly we can do a second conversion. So second time S-adenosyl methionine is added, S-adenosyl homocysteine is removed and two methyl groups are added. We will get phosphatidyl dimethyl ethanolamine. Okay. We will get phosphatidyl dimethyl ethanolamine. So then the next step is, the structure is already drawn here. So therefore, in order to make a distinction, let me use a different pen. So therefore, to this we will add the third molecule of SAM and S-adenosyl homocysteine is removed. Enzyme is going to be here also methyl transferase, here also methyl transferase. So therefore, we will get phosphatidylcholine. Maybe this we can write it in a single step so that there is no confusion. So this is what we are going to get. So therefore, in a single step, methyl transferase is the enzyme, 3 molecules of S-adenosyl methionine, 3 molecules of S-adenosyl homocysteine is removed and you will get phosphatidylcholine. Very easy to convert. This is one way to make phosphatidylcholine as per the requirement of cells. This is called the de novo pathway. So there is one more way to make a phosphatidylcholine. That is the salvage pathway. Synthesizing phosphatidylcholine by the salvage pathway is exactly similar to the synthesis of phosphatidylethanolamine. There are 3 steps involved. Step number 1 will be, so we will take choline and we will make it phosphocholine. So therefore you need ATP ADP is removed. So therefore, this enzyme is choline kinase. Once you have phosphocholine, convert the phosphocholine to CDP choline. So name of the enzyme is choline transferase. Okay, choline transferase. So therefore, you will require CTP is required, PPI is removed. We have seen that this is converted to 2PI with the help of an enzyme known as pyrophosphatase. A molecule of water is required. So pyrophosphatase is the enzyme that is required here. You need to write that. Once you have CDP choline, now the third step is to add diacylglycerol. And that will remove CMP molecule is removed and phosphatidylcholine is synthesized. Name of the enzyme here is phosphocholine transferase. Phosphocholine transferase is the enzyme here. So we will get phosphatidylcholine. You see in very simple reaction, two ways by which we have learned how to synthesize phosphatidylcholine. So this is how phosphatidylcholine will be synthesized in the body. Now let us understand how phosphatidylserine is synthesized. It's very simple to understand the synthesis of phosphatidylserine. Now it all begins with the phosphatidyl-ethanolamine. This structure you are familiar with. What we are going to do now is we are going to change this head group. Ethanolamine will be replaced with the serine. So therefore, replace this and you will get a phosphatidylserine. Let us write the structure of phosphatidylserine. So therefore, this is going to be first carbon, second carbon atoms, so this will be NH3 plus H. So therefore, this is the structure of phosphatidylserine. And this conversion is catalyzed by, it's changing the head group. So this is catalyzed by phosphatidylserine synthase number 1. Phosphatidylserine synthase number 1 is the enzyme which will do this catalysis. Okay, so we have made phosphatidylserine. Suppose you want to make phosphatidylethanolamine from phosphatidylserine. Is it possible? Look at the structure. So therefore, if you remove this CO2 molecule, and you will get phosphatidylethanolamine. So this is catalyzed by an enzyme. This is a decarboxylation reaction. So this is phosphatidylserine decarboxylase. Okay, phosphatidylserine decarboxylase will convert phosphatidylserine into phosphatidylethanolamine. Now once you have phosphatidylethanolamine, you can convert that into phosphatidylcholine. How will you do the conversion? Add 3 molecules of SAM and 3 molecules of S-adenosyl homocysteine is removed. Name of the enzyme is methyl transferase and you can make phosphatidylcholine. So therefore a lot of interconversion occurs. Depending on the need of the cell, these 3 molecules or these 3 phospholipids are made depending on the need of the cell. So this is how these molecules are made. Very simple. The next phospholipid we are going to see is phosphatidylinositol. You know that it is an acidic phospholipid, and phosphatidylinositol has got a lot of significance. You have seen it earlier that phosphatidylinositol becomes part of the signaling mechanism in the membrane because it is involved in the inositol cascade mechanism. That inositol triphosphate is originating from this phosphatidylinositol. Now phosphatidylinositol, I've written the pathway here, it all begins with the phosphatidic acid. Now this phosphatidic acid, a CTP molecule is added to that. So therefore it becomes CDP diacylglycerol and pyrophosphate is removed. And the enzyme responsible for that is cytidyl transferase. So once you have CDP diacylglycerol, what we need to add is an inositol. Now remember, inositol, there are about 9 stereoisomeric forms of inositol. And in the form which is used in the formation of phosphatidylinositol is something called myoinositol. Myoinositol is optically inactive. So myoinositol is added and you will have this product. So this is phosphatidylinositol catalyzed by the enzyme phosphatidylinositol synthase. So this is how phosphatidylinositol, another phospholipid, is synthesized in our body.